Hi. So the other day I did a reading and the past and forgiveness came up, and I thought I'd like to make a video about this too. The past and healing and forgiving. Um, when we start on our healing journey, we have to start looking at things from the past traumas, um, things that happened that weren't so nice, betrayal, sadness, um, hard relationships, childhood stuff. There's so much. And when we start doing this, one of the biggest things, start healing this, going inward, doing shadow work, and all those things. The big thing about this is forgiveness too. And forgiveness is hard sometimes, especially when we've gotten used to holding on to the past and things that hurt us and things that you know stayed with us for such a long time. It's hard to forgive sometimes, but it is so very important also for us to get past the traumas and move forward. um One of the things that I want to talk about especially is how people remember things, timelines and realities, because we are each in our own reality, and how we perceive that reality is very different from other people, because they are in their reality that they are creating, where they are experiencing things in their life and their reality, and that impacts the way they um, experience things and remember things and feel things. And we, even though we might be in the same situation at the same time, you know, in our separate timelines where something happened, maybe this person did something to you, you did something to them, or there was an event that involved you both. We must always remember, the most important thing is to remember when we move on and go through life, and this thing had a big impact on us, and we think back to it, and when we start healing this, we must remember one of the biggest things, and that helps you get past this and accept this, and face this much easier, is if you think about the fact that the people involved didn't all experience it as you did. I know it was very important and very impactful for you in that situation, but holding on to something that other people don't even remember as you are, only you remember it like that, it's just kind of pointless, because sometimes we think, oh, we need sorry, or you know um, some acknowledgement of what they did or what happened, and sometimes we don't get that, and then we keep waiting for this, or we feel that we can't move past it because we can't accept this because of that fact, and this just keeps us confined to that situation. This inf- impacts how we act and do things, and sometimes we put up walls because of this, and this keeps us in the past. We are not in the present moment anymore. We keep going back to the past, we keep living in the past, and this is where forgiveness also comes in. Very important, and from releasing you from that confined uh, um, place that you are in because of these things that happen is very, very important, because forgiveness frees you. Because in the end, um, forgiveness is not so much always for the other person. It is good to put that karma out there that, I forgive you, and I hope you learn and move on in life and grow in life. But it's mostly for ourselves, and especially with forgiving ourselves also. Now, this is where the two comes together, realizing that other people's reality are totally different than we would perceive them in that situation. toward alongside our own reality. And when you really start thinking about it, like I blame this person for that and that and that, and you start thinking like, but maybe they didn't experience it. Maybe there was other factors in their reality that they don't that it wasn't even a big thing for them. And yeah, we would think, yeah, but it's not nice that it does happen, and the other person is kind of more free from this than we are. But it's how things are. The big thing is we are always changing realities. We are always changing as people. I looked at a video I did a few days ago that I did at the beginning of this year in January. And as I was looking at myself, because I haven't looked at this for a while, I looked at this and I realized, but you know what? I'm not that person anymore. I am so much different. I've grown so much. It's like looking at somebody else. That's how impactful and different our realities can be. Sometimes we hold on to stuff that people would remember totally different than we do. This is also linked to the Mandela effect and things like that, but this is constant. The Mandela effect is just when people notice significant things that change and so on, but this is constantly happening. We are shifting and moving in timelines, and then we are holding grudges on stuff that doesn't really exist anymore, because the past only exists if we give power to it. Other than that, the future doesn't exist yet, the past doesn't exist anymore. Only the moment you are in, every single day, when you are aware, when you are consciously aware of what you are doing and thinking, that is actually the only moment that really exists. And we keep ourselves stuck in the past because we give power to it, we keep it alive. And when you start to heal, usually healing starts with bigger things, the things that we remember the most and the best, that made the most impact in our lives, and we usually face them first. And it takes a while. Healing at the past takes a long time. It's years, months, and as we go along and we heal, we usually start with the big ones because they have the most impact and we remember them the most, and they're the ones that do need the most healing. Then as we move on and we heal parts and move on from these parts and accept them and change our perspective on them, we start growing. Because the moment we start to see them not anymore as trauma or sadness or hurt, and we start looking at them like, what can I create from this? What did I learn from this? How can I change my reality into becoming something better than whatever has happened in my past? How do I end cycles? How do I keep this from happening again? And this is when we start making it beautiful. We change our pain into something beautiful because we are creating from that. We are learning, growing, and creating from that, and we are moving forward. And as we heal, we will constantly find things that needs healing and from the past and moving on from. They will just get smaller and smaller. And constantly you will be forgiving yourself for tons of things, as will you start forgiving other people in your life. As you go on and the bigger things start fading away and you look at smaller things, you will find smaller, and we will keep doing this. Today I might do something that needs forgiveness tomorrow, but we must, this is the beautiful thing about this, from realizing this and figuring out that forgiveness is very key to self-love and growing and healing properly and really moving forward and letting go of the past. Forgiveness is very, very important for this.